Burns Night is an annual celebration of Scotland's most famous poet, Robert Burns, held on his birthday, January 25th. The event is marked by Burns Suppers, which involve various traditions and activities to honour the poet's life and work. The fact that I'm late with this video is oddly appropriate since I always seem to miss the opportunity to attend these annual events. I have actually attended precisely one Burns Supper in my life, but more on that later. Robert Burns still holds great significance in Scottish culture for several reasons. Burns is widely regarded as the national poet of Scotland, and his work is deeply rooted in Scottish culture. Burns wrote many of his poems and songs in the Scots language, which was not commonly used in literature at the time. By doing so, he helped preserve and promote the language, which remains central to Scottish identity today. Burns' journey from humble rural beginnings to international renown represents a potential for every person to achieve greatness, making him a symbol for hope and possibility. Burns Night, celebrated on January 25th, has become widely observed in Scotland and beyond, further solidifying his importance in Scottish culture. Burns suppers can range from large, very formal dinners to smaller, more casual gatherings at home. The first Burns supper took place in 1801 in Burns Cottage, Alloway, and was organised by Reverend Hamilton Paul for a gathering of 9 friends and patrons of Burns. The event has since evolved into a widely celebrated occasion in Scotland and beyond, honouring the life and works of Robert Burns. You'll notice my accent slipping between saying Burns and Burns. Sorry about that. In any case, you can expect to encounter at the very least poetry, haggis, and Scotch whisky. So, the key aspects of a Burns supper would include haggis, of course. The centerpiece of any Burns supper is the haggis, a savoury concoction containing sheep's heart, liver, lungs, onions, oatmeal, suet, stalks and spices, traditionally cooked in the animal's stomach. While the contents of the haggis might sound maybe a little offensive to some today, remember that these were rural folks, and when they killed one of their animals to eat, they wanted to make sure they ate everything. So, hence the haggis. And it's actually not bad. Think of it as like a sausage gone wild. Toast to the haggis. A speech is given in honour of the haggis, often followed by a toast. Poems and songs. Guests recite Burns poems and songs, such as To a Mouse and Tam O'Shanter. The latter is usually a big crowd pleaser. Toast to the lassies. A humorous toast is made to the women in attendance, followed by a reply from the lassies, where one of the women responds with their own humour. Entertainment. The night often includes further recitations, music, and other performances, all in celebration of Burns, of course. Auld Lang Syne. The evening concludes with a rousing rendition of Auld Lang Syne and 3 cheers, marking the end of a successful Burns night. The dress code at a Burns supper can vary depending on the specific event and its location. These range from a formal dress with kilts and dress jackets and dresses to more relaxed affairs where you essentially are just encouraged to wear something tartan. You should check the specific dress code for the Burns supper you're attending, as it can definitely vary quite a bit and it's considered bad form to dress inappropriately. As I mentioned, to my chagrin, I have only attended one Burns supper. It was back in Scotland around 1980, I think, when I was an impressionable young fellow, and I have to say, it was a blast, and I still remember it fondly after all these years. If you get the chance to attend one, and they're held all over the world, and you don't have to be Scottish to go, I would encourage you to do so. It is fun. Hey, thank you for watching. I have left some links below as usual, so we'll see you next time.